Hi, I'm Charlie, and this is On Air, my Beatles collection. Today I'm going to show you some, I guess I call them aftermarket boxes that were tied in from a marketing point of view to legitimate albums. One or two of them I may have shown you before, but I'm going to show you a whole bunch of them today. So I'm going to start with this one. This is a plastic box. It says Paul McCartney down on the bottom. It says Driving Rain up at the top. On the side, in print that's very hard to read, red print on black, it's the song titles for Driving Rain. And the same thing on the other side. This is the top. This is the front. And this has a tab that opens like this. And I'm going to show you what's inside. First, there's this little certificate of limited edition. And it says this is number 23 of 1,000. So that's nice. Also in this box, there's this, I guess you'd call it a necklace. And it says Driving Rain on it. It's not long enough to fit over my big head. And then what's inside is, you can probably see the art on there, but what that is, it's a rain cover. I'm not sure what word would you use for that. It's plastic. It's got the Driving Rain thing on. I'm not going to open it all up because it's huge. It's really huge. But you can see it's plastic, and it's a raincoat, basically. Inside the box, there's just a little more color that's associated with the printing of the titles, but it's not particularly clear. And anyway, that is a box that supposedly you were to buy this box and then separately get the CD and store all this stuff plus the CD in this box. And it closes up nice, and that's what it looks like on the shelf with the latch in the front. Now, they did another one for McCartney, and this one, Wingspan. This one you can actually read the song titles on the side. This is designed for a 2-disc set. So disc 1, this is disc 1 for disc 1 titles, and the disc 2 titles. So that's the top of the box. That's the front. It also has a latch like the other one. And this one, you open it up, and let's see what's in here. Well, the first thing that's in here is a pin. Let me take that out of the bag. It's very small. It's trying to get it right side up so you can read it. It says Wingspan. See that? This is a typical size pen. So you can see it's pretty small. Pretty small. So that's one thing that's in there. And there's a couple of things in the bottom. One of them is a certificate of limited edition. And this one is number 46 of 1,000. So I got very low numbers on these. And then there's this thing, which appears to be a coaster. It's got kind of a rubberized back. I think it's just designed to hold your beer or something. And then there's a pretty nice shirt, a t-shirt, that has this on the breast, Wingspan. It's just a regular t-shirt, nothing too exciting, but I imagine they were all the same size, and this one is an XL. So that was within that box, and again, you know, if you have the CD set, the presumption was that you'd store it all together in there. So the shirt, the coaster thing, the pin, which I'm going to put back in the plastic bag, and the certificate, number 46 of 1,000. This one has a sticker inside here that says made in the UK, and it has handwritten number 46. So of course that matches the official certificate. So that's for Wingspan. Now I may have, I know I've shown this before. This is a Beatles plastic case, again with the thing in the front, and this is for Real Love. This one actually has the CD in it. I'm going to take everything out of the box and then show you what's in here. I'm not sure what I added and what was already here. On here, there's another little plastic bag, and this is a coin, and it has John Lennon's lifespan, 1940 to 1980. And then there's on the other side, and all we are saying is give peace a chance. Musician, poet, humanitarian. Hopefully you can read that. This is about the size, if you're familiar with a US $50, I would say it's approximately that size. So that was in that little plastic bag, which I'll put back in there. And then there is the certificate. This doesn't tell you which number it is. It just says it's 1 of 3,000. So it's not numbered specifically. It's not number 1. It's just 1 of 3,000. And then there's a patch. Handshake patch, hand in hand. Beatles Real Love. And now I have in this package a sealed copy from Japan of the Real Love CD EP. This has Real Love, Babies in Black, Yellow Submarine, and Here, There, and Everywhere. And those are all alternate cuts. They're not the original album tracks. And then I also have in here the cassette, which is Real Love and Babies in Black in a clear shell. So that's that. So all those are kind of stuffed in there. There's no big raincoat or t-shirt to stuff in here, so there's room for this stuff. I never bothered to put the CDs in those other cases that I showed you. Anyway, that's Beatles. And I got 2 more Beatles. And this one is Beatles Anthology. And this has a plaque with the number on it. So this is number 339. It's a special limited edition. There's no other art other than this is on the back. Sorry, upside down. Oh, no, it's not. Okay, this is on the back. And this is On the other side, oh, this is the back. This is the top, and this is the back. This opens like the other ones with the tab, and I'll show you in a minute what's in here. So this starts with a certificate. Again, it doesn't tell you the number, it just says limited of 5,000 worldwide. And then it has these individual pictures, which are, you know, not particularly great. You know, they look almost like pencil drawings. The copies of copies. They're not really super high quality, but they're in there. Then there is a t-shirt. This one just says the Beatles Anthology on it. This is also an XL. I guess that was the size they used in most of these boxes. So again, it's a t-shirt. It's in that box. And then this is my favorite part of the box. This is like a paperweight. So you could stand that up on a shelf. It's lucite. It also has a felt back. So I guess you could use it as a coaster or something if you wanted to. You can see right through it. But I always thought that was a nice display piece. And sometimes I take this out and I put it you know, as a separate display on a shelf. So that is the Anthology box. And again, this was designed for you to add your CDs. I don't think 3 double CD sets would fit in here, and that's pretty much what Anthology was 3 double CD sets. I'm not sure they would fit in here. That shirt takes up a good portion of the box. And then finally, sorry, hold on. Okay, finally, there was an album-sized version of that box. And this one is number 279. You can see that, nice little plaque. This has the red and gold prints on the back panel, nothing on the top or bottom. And this pops open like the others. And I'll show you what's in this box. First of all, this one had an ad for Anthology 2. And it said register validation here. I guess you could turn this in with your phone number, and you got a pre-sale number. I guess you turn that into your local record store. This one also has the Anthology t-shirt, also an XL. So it's the same shirt that was in the CD size. This size was designed for albums. And like the other one, it has the black and white pictures, only this time they're 8.5 by 11. So they look a little better, but they still look like copies of copies. Paul looks like he needs a shave. And there's John, who also looks like he needs a shave. And then just like the other one, there's a certificate of limited edition, but there's no specific number on this. It just says 5,000. But of course, there is a number down here on both boxes. So they didn't bother to handwrite it or stamp it on the sheets that they included in the boxes, but they did put a nice plaque on the front in this case. So number 279 of 5,000. So I must have bought these fairly early on. I don't even recall that. I mean, they came out at the time that these albums were released. Like I said on the CDs, I don't believe that the 3 triple album sets would fit in here, but they might. You can look at the width. They might. Obviously, the paperwork doesn't take up much space. The shirt could probably be opened up a bit, so it's, you know, thinner. And like the other set, it was one of these. So they're both very similar. They have the same contents, except these are larger and the box is larger for the album size set. So these are all, I think these are all produced by the same company as the two McCartney ones. There's no credit given to who it is. Even on the t-shirt, there's no credit. It just says 100% combed cotton. It doesn't tell you who the company is that produced it. The fact that it came with this pre-order card tells me there might have been some licensing involved. I mean, the Beatles, you know, may have signed off on this. I don't know. It certainly is not a EMI product or an Apple product or a Capitol product, and nor are the Wingspan or the Driving Rain. There's all kind of oddball things. You know, some would say, being a completist, I felt the need to have all this stuff. I don't know what I was thinking at the time. I'm glad I have them, but you know, they're not terribly exciting. I'm not sure there's a tremendous amount of value here if you're the type of person that likes to hold this stuff and then sell it. But you know, they're certainly hard to find if you're looking for them specifically to complete a collection. And honestly, I don't know if there's other boxes like this for other product or other Beatles related product. There may very well be. These are the ones that I was exposed to, and I got them, and I actually, you know, in the case of the anthology stuff, I got it at the time of the first album, so I put the album in there. So I had the, you know, triple anthology album in there with this and the pictures on the shirt, and that fit nice. I don't believe I ever had all three of the albums in here, and like I said before, I'm not sure that they would all fit. But it's still a nice item to have. It's pretty durable. You know, it's not subject to shelf wear and that sort of thing like a cardboard box is. I do have a little dented corner here, no big deal. But it's nice to have. I keep it on display, and I also keep the CD box on display. I don't keep the Wings or the Driving Rain one out. I keep it in the cabinet up here. You might even see space up there where they go. I keep them inside that cabinet. I don't take them out that often. But the others I keep pretty visible, and they're sort of out in the open. So anyway, it's just a little fun thing to show you today. People are always asking me to show some of the odder things that they've never seen before, or maybe they've seen it, but they've never seen what's inside the box. So I thought I would do that for you today. Like I said, I did the Real Love one before on a different topic. I did Real Love and Baby It's You, and you know, and there was also cardboard boxes with the same purpose. So I kind of did them all together, and I threw in the red Real Love box in that video. But I never did all these together before, so I just thought today would be plastic box for Beatles and McCartney stuff. I don't know if there's any other stuff. I don't know if there's a George or a John or a Ringo version of any of these things, but there's a couple of Pauls, and these are my favorite, the Beatles Anthology ones. So that's it for today. Thanks for stopping by. I'm Charlie, and if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up. If you have any comments, or if you're aware of any other product like this, or if you know anything more about these that I didn't mention, drop that in the comments. And hopefully, if you're not a subscriber, you'll subscribe to the channel, and I'll hopefully see you again here soon. Take care. Thank you. Bye.